Dolphin Uppercut Avenger, and I am here with our special guest tonight, Darby Katmandu from Whack Ass Media, and this is Topics with me, Dolphin Uppercut Avenger, where we take your topics throughout the week, and then we rapid fire discuss them over the length of however long we want to talk about it.
Wait, am I supposed to be on video right now?
Nope.
Are you fucking serious? I just set up all the all this lighting equipment and shit. All right, cool.
Wait.
All right.
How many webcams you got?
No, I have my little like iPhone or whatever, but I set up like these cute little blue lights. I have a ring light. Like I thought this was gonna be a video thing. I went overboard here. I did my makeup. Like
well, I could fix this. It's just stages on Discord don't have a video feature yet. But if you wanna
well, no, it's fine. No, it's good. I like this better.
Are you sure?
I feel more comfortable, yeah.
Okay, because we could change it in like 20 seconds.
No.
Alright, fine.
I like it. Okay.
Here's your quarter hourly reminder to hydrate lest you dehydrate. And let's just jump into it. First topic, Woody Allen, go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Did I tell you that was one of the things I wanted to talk about?
Yes, specifically, you wanted to talk about Woody Allen.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I just watched the Woody Allen documentary for the first time just like a few days ago. And goddamn, what a compelling documentary.
Yeah.
Like, very fucking strange. A lot of things that I didn't realize like about this story. One of the weirdest parts for me personally is the fact that he literally married this little girl that he knew. Like, he knew her growing up, like, when she was fucking 14 years old, and he was goddamn fucking, like, almost 40.
Mm.
And, yeah, he ended up marrying her. They have a couple kids now. And it was Mia Farrow's adopted daughter. So, like, he, like, raised this young girl. Very strange. I don't know why I told you I wanted to talk about this. Now we're here, and I'm like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
This is a heavy way to...
It is. This is going to be a heavy episode. We did plan some really intense topics.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Dolphin, I thought you were going to start out with, like, the ketchup chip thing, you know, and then ease into the...
Well, I mean, there we go. There's our next topic. So I have no opinions on Woody Allen other than he seems like a creep and very problematic. So ketchup chips, let's go. What about ketchup chips? Let's hear it.
They're just really good, and like you can't get them in the USA like at all whatsoever. So I just spent fucking literally $16 for a bag of ketchup chips, and like a regular size bag of chips.
Wow.
Like family size ketchup chips. $16.
$16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delicious. If you ever have a chance to try ketchup chips and you want to spend too much money on a large bag of chips, like, please feel free to go on Amazon. Do the ketchup chip option. It's really fucking good.
Ketchup chip option.
From
Copy
Canada
that.
only. They import them from Canada.
From Canada. Okay. All right. I'm feeling that ketchup chips. I had some not so impressive imported Lay's potato chips that it was like chili and numb or
And what?
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong word. And Lay's chili, I'm looking it up. Chili and I can't remember what it is. It was like, yeah, that's it. I had it right the first time.
Well, where was it?
Numb. It's literally like numb, like Like when you lose sensation and you become numb.
Or if you don't want to feel emotionally anymore.
I'm not kidding. It's Lay's numb and spicy hot pot. That's what it was.
Well, where was that from?
I got it in an Asian grocery store. It was
probably
imported.
Asian. If I could deduce,
Oh yeah, it had it had like an Asian logo on it. It was like Lay's, and then like Lay's in a language that I don't know what it was.
Dang.
Yeah.
You're worldly now.
Yeah. I bought a lot of stuff from there because we don't really have many Asian grocery stores, and our generic grocery stores really don't have like a good variety of Asian food. So I bought some like dried red beans, which is crazy. I'm gonna like cook with those. That's awesome. Yeah. And what else did I get? I got some really neat plums, some sweet plums. This apple that came in like cushiony packaging. And it was the best apple I ever ate. Honestly, that made the whole trip like 45 minutes north of my house to go to this grocery store. Made it all worth it just for that freaking apple.
Damn, well, it's probably because it was cradled and like really cared for.
Yeah, clearly they took pride in these apples.
Yeah.
It was like this pristine, flawless apple, and then eating it was like eating like apple flavored Italian ice. That's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Woody Allen and ketchup chips, apples, this is really... We're starting off on a good note. This is great.
Well, the next topic, which is kind of like a broad topic, but it's one of the reasons that you're here on the show, is because you are a stand-up comedian. That's our next topic, stand-up comedy.
Everybody clap for Darby. Steve,
yay, Darby.
Clap for Darby. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I do that.
So, do you have a stand-up comedy philosophy?
I don't know about philosophy, but it's something that I really wanted to talk about, which I guess kind of delves into that idea of like a comedy philosophy. There's so many different types of comedy, and something that's very popular right now is like storytelling comedy.
Oh.
And I don't know how to do that. I'm trying to bring back the art of like the actual joke, because that is all I can do. I don't know how. I don't do impressions. I don't.
You're talking about like content creator type storytelling.
Sort of that, but no, even in stand-up comedy, it's like people being like, oh, I did this thing. I went to the grocery store and this wild thing happened. Like that is very popular comedy right now, and really in the history of comedy, like that's the most popular like medium of it.
Mm-hmm.
But all I know is kind of like Stephen Wright-esque, like one-liner, like punchline, setup punchline, and that's what I'm very interested in, and I would like to talk about the differences between the two.
Well, tell me about that. So you said the difference between, what were the two again? Darby? Hello? I can't hear Darby anymore. Is it because my internet's bad?
Hello?
You're back.
Hello? No.
Jesus Christ.
She started calling me. I was like, Brittany, I can't.
Brittany.
Sorry.
Who is Brittany?
Brittany, you know Brittany.
Yeah, I know Brittany.
Oh.
They don't know who Brittany is.
Is my sister, basically. We do the whack-ass media show together, and also she's just a person that I, my best friend, my pal.
Yeah, Brittany.
Sorry, I just started sweating. That like made me nervous.
What when we lost you?
I was like, Brittany, we can't right now. All right. Anyway, What was I talking about?
Fucking I was asking you what the differences are between those two realms of comedy.
Yeah, so with storytelling comedy, there still are punchlines, but it almost takes longer to get to them. It's like, I don't want to bring up Louis C.K., but
Brittany's in the Twitch chat. Brittany said,
yeah,
Brittany said, "Aw, she yelled at me and hung up."
She knows that I'm doing a live stream. Why would you call Brittany? Why would you call me in this moment right now?
Maybe Brittany wanted to call into the show.
Then get her here. You have to put her in there, right?
Brittany, just join the if you so like you can join the Aquatic Squad Discord server on that link on the screen right now, right in the middle of the screen. You just go to that link and just jump into Aquastage Live. We are in the channel Aquastage Live, and just raise your hand if you wanna participate in topics. But Brittany did say, I forgot my B-dog. So,
yeah,
the two realms of comedy.
Yeah, but and there's more than that. But those are the two main ones. So like Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Hannibal Buress.
And what camp are they in?
So those are going to be like the storytelling comics, but there's still jokes like actual punchlines laced within those stories.
Right.
I'm straight up, like, if anyone knows who Stephen Wright is, like, it's very straight jokes, like almost one-liners. That's the best way for me to describe that. If you look up Stephen Wright, Mitch Hedberg, like, look up people like that. Like, that is what joke telling is. Which I think is a lost art.
Right, where like you're getting a joke. It's not packaged in some other form of media.
Yeah, and not just that. It's just like it's kind of harder to do. Like, not to brag or anything, but like it's a little bit harder.
Right.
Because you don't have these ways of grabbing an audience where it's like you kind of like suck people in with like mini jokes before the big one happens. It's like you have to just like hit that punchline without any kind of like warming someone up to the topic, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you know? and also it's harder to like get a laugh when like you don't actually or when you know a joke is coming, when you know a punchline is coming, you kind of like, is this gonna make me laugh? But if it's like, if it's like a story, then you're like, oh, I'm listening to a story. I wonder where this story goes, and like you don't know when the punchline's coming.
Yeah. I like to use like one of my favorite jokes that I've ever written is the cocaine joke and also the roadhead joke. But the cocaine joke, which it's really my favorite, and I'm very proud of myself for this joke. I've decided to take a tip from nail biters because I know that they put hot sauce on their fingernails to make the whole biting process not as enjoyable. So I've tried to use that in my own life with a habit that I started developing. I started putting ground black pepper in my cocaine. And like that is like one of my favorite jokes. And then the roadhead one, I was driving around with my boyfriend the other day and he asked me for roadhead. And I don't know how other people do it, but like for me, trying to suck a dick and drive a car at the same time is a goddamn ordeal. Like it like that. It's so quick. Like it's fast. This isn't like a fucking story, you know?
Yeah. I love that joke. I heard that joke when you were writing that joke, and you were like, Dolphin, listen to this.
You're like, I'm a fucking genius.
You just yelled out your window, and I heard a distant Dolphin, listen to this joke. It's like, oh.
I was writing that in Massachusetts. That was my first good joke I ever wrote. Like, I've written so many fucking shitty jokes, like to the point, like, it's embarrassing.
Didn't
But that was my first good joke.
Didn't that Asheville artist like know that joke word from word when you like connected with him?
The cocaine one.
The cocaine one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teehee. I'm a local artist.
You are. But they were local visual artists as opposed to comedy artist.
So are we gonna move into that? How he wants to fuck me? Because I'm very excited about it.
oh wait. This is what you were talking about. I didn't hear the update. Let's get into it then.
So I'm like tickled pink. Like, he's like one of the most popular local Asheville visual artists.
Yeah.
And so I already told you the whole story. He came into my bar. I'm a bartender, just in case anyone didn't know that. And he comes in. I'm like, holy shit, you're fucking... His name is Andy Herod, if anyone wants to look him up. He's a brilliant artist. And so we started talking and like, whatever. And then I ended up ordering some art from him. And he emailed me and gave me his phone number and then sent me a bunch of free shit. And like we've been talking, like just emailing back and forth, just so everyone knows I have a boyfriend. Like I'm not gonna fuck this dude, but like it makes me feel so good. But it's like it's just little old me, Darby, and like this man has a gallery and like he makes all of his money from like selling art and is able to like he has a house by himself, and like I don't know why that's I'm just like, daddy, like someone wants me to be the sugar baby. That's really cute.
Cute.
Like I feel so like I'm hot.
I can appreciate that. Darby, there's no video of Darby on the screen, but I'm
very good looking.
Absolutely. Darby is a very aesthetically pleasing person. When it comes to Darby's physical features, which is not where all of your value lies. Darby is very talented and intelligent and has a lot to contribute to the community. But also, Darby's hot.
Stone Cold fucks. Yeah.
Brittany says, animal joke. She's very good looking. She's got those sexy features. Saji wants to see a picture.
Remember the time I sent you a naked picture for some reason? Like,
oh yeah.
It wasn't like for any particular reason. I was just like, look at this. Like,
well, there were two.
We have a very platonic relationship, just so everyone knows.
Yeah, there were two. Okay, that's a good story. So there were two times that you sent me some suggestive photos. The first time we were just chatting and you were like, oh, wouldn't it be hilarious if I sent you like some sexy photo or like some nude and then assigned it as my profile or on my contact on your phone so it comes up.
And then Ehi.
And then I'm at a show with Ehi Urobo. This was around the time that I was doing a lot of shows with Ehi Urobo. I was probably tour managing or something. And he was like looking towards me and my phone screen was in view, and then Darby calls me like in this club and he's like, "Ooh, Dolphin, who's that lady on your phone with the sexy contact picture? What?" And I was like, "Oh, that's Darby. You've talked to Darby." And he's like, "Oh, okay, it's Darby." And then you followed it up with actual nudes like a year later. You were like, yo, you gotta check out these nudes, and you sent them to me.
I straight up said, I was like, look at my tits, like they look good in this picture.
Well, you had just gotten your nipples pierced.
Yes.
And that's why you were sending me those specific pictures. You were like, look at this.
You're like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It looks good. Didn't look bad. It looked like a professional did them.
But yeah, long story short, I'm incredibly good looking. This artist wants to fuck me. I have a bunch of free shit from him. He asked me to come to his gallery because he wants to show me his process. And I was like, I know that is code word for cock.
Okay. Oh, Brittany is asking you to send the nipple pictures.
Why does she? All right. Oh, I mean, fine. Oh, well, speaking of nipples, Brittany, by the way.
Brittany says, I'm her best friend for 13 years and I never got the nipple pictures.
Britt, I'll send you some nipple pics. Oh, I'll send you new nipple pictures because so today I got my nipple pierced. I got it re-pierced because it initially, about a year ago, I was taking my bra off, not for any specific reason. I was about to fuck. I was taking my...
Better fuck that artist.
No, not the artist.
Oh.
I didn't know him yet.
Oh, true.
So I was taking my bra off and it snagged on my bra and literally, like, basically ripped my nipple open.
Sheesh.
So
Sheesh. Okay.
Finally, after a little over a year, I got it re-pierced, like, after it healed and everything. So that's why I wasn't answering you earlier. Because I was literally having a needle stuck into my nipple.
Right.
But yeah, so Britt, I'll send you that new nipple pic. Dolphin, I'm not going to send it to you.
All right.
But Britt gets that new nip.
New
nip shit.
There's like a whole legacy of nipple pics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Platonic nipple pics.
Oh, absolutely. Free the nipple. I mean, really.
Yeah.
I'm
for the love of God.
I'm 100% serious about that. Our world would be a better place.
If we could just see more nip.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, more like you don't have to hide the nip. That's what I was getting at. But I suppose seeing all of the nips, gives you a large frame of reference. Maybe some people are insecure about their nips. I think if you just see everybody's nips, you'd be a little less insecure about your nips. Nips.
This has been such a weird, journey of a conversation. How long have we been talking?
Oh, great question. What's it say on?
Only like 20 minutes, and
22 minutes.
So much shit.
Yeah, this is a great format. Which I'm really Thanks, Brittany. Brittany's in 22. 21. Fucking all right. Never mind. My brain just had a meltdown trying to transition to the next topic. I'm just gonna look at the list and pick one. I was talking to Pygmy from Aquatic Squad Discord. Pygmy just released an album that was really good, and he suggested that we talk about chicken recipes.
I don't eat meat.
Well,
I don't eat chicken.
Tell the lovely Aquatic Squad members in the audience and Brittany, the closest your favorite coastal New Jersey cuisine. It's really close to chicken. You know what I'm getting at. Tell them about it.
Wait, me?
It's not quite. Yeah, you. This is your favorite. Oh. You come to coastal New Jersey and you're like, I gotta get it. Yeah, but what do you get?
Oh, the seitan barbecue ribs.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fuck me the fuck up.
The ribs, the chicken nuggets. The ribs are the best part, honestly.
The little platter.
Yeah.
The little platter, but yeah, the ribs are the best part of the platter.
Describe all the parts of the platter because it's one of my favorite foods. Period. Are
you serious?
Yeah. It's really good. You did. You were like, Dolphin, I gotta take you to this place. We gotta eat this food, and it's vegan. That's how you said it.
Seitan barbecue ribs, the best part of the platter. And then there's the little nuggets. Those are okay. The vegan honey honey mustard that comes with it is mwah, chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Fucking. I was gonna say something really weird. All right. And then there's like buffalo, like tofu. Just, and then it comes with a little thing in the middle, little vegan potato salad, which is just adorable. Very good as well.
Yeah.
Highly recommend all of these things.
Yep.
I go there whenever I go to Jersey. Like, that is all I get the whole time I'm there.
Yep. Shout out Kaya Kaya's Kitchen. Go eat that. I highly recommend that entire plate. I gotta say the barbecue seitan ribs are, I think, my favorite part. And I just found out how you make seitan, which is very on topic. Shout out Pygmy, which is to make.
So I don't know how you make it, but I know it's made with like gluten.
Let me tell you, you make a bread dough, right? And like you need the bread dough to develop the gluten, right? And then you take that bread dough and you just wash it in water. You just like rinse it. Like you knead it underwater until all of the starch that's in between the gluten proteins washes away, and you're basically left with like super chewy bread. That's what seitan is. Seitan is rinsed bread.
It's just wet bread.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. So, I'm not an expert on seitan, so you can find YouTube videos if any of y'all are interested in making some seitan at home. But you should just buy it from the store and try it, before, or go to Kaya's and get it before that you want to eat it all the time. I don't eat a whole lot of bread these days. I'm trying to be very efficient with my nutrition.
So that, in the same vein, it kind of reminds me. So I work at a bar / brewery in Asheville, North Carolina. We are a sake brewery, and it's so hard, like, me trying to explain to people what sake is and like what the process is, because it's literally all I can say is like, we grow mold on rice for a few weeks.
Sounds about right.
That's what sake is. Like it's just moldy rice water.
Yeah.
And like sometimes people get turned off, and then sometimes people are like, that's interesting. And I'm like, you are very open-minded. It's probably why you're in Asheville. I know.
Yeah, I mean,
sake, moldy rice water.
We don't know how a lot of things are made, and at least that's something that has been around for long enough, and people have been consuming it for long enough that you could just be like, it's a thing. It's a real thing. Alcohol is still technically poisonous.
Yes.
Don't drink too much.
Absolutely.
But too much of anything is a bad thing. That's what excess is.
Brittany is texting me.
Well, let me read the Twitch chat. What was Brittany saying?
She told me to tell the animal joke. She wants me to
tell the animal joke. Okay.
No, I'm not telling the animal joke.
Are you saving that for your next show?
Damn it. No, I already did it. It's the joke about me jacking off, or not me jacking off animals. It's about jacking off animals. It's all right. Well, now I have to tell it because now this looks weird. This sounds weird. I went through a really weird spiel the last time that I did stand up, and it was about the movie Blackfish, which is about like people like abusing, the animals at SeaWorld, right?
Yikes.
And this is fucked. So this is how the joke starts. I'm just like, I can't stop rewatching Blackfish. There's this scene that I can't get out of my head, and it's this man, and he's jacking off a killer whale. And I can't get this scene out of my mind because it's like, you aren't born knowing how to jack off a killer whale. You have to, there's something that needs to happen there. So I Googled it. So everyone else doesn't have to fucking Google it. I Googled it. Just so everyone knows, you have to go to a class to learn how to jack off animals, like to collect their sperm, right? Like not just for, for fun, for funsies. Like it is to collect sperm to breed animals, or B, I don't know, maybe for your own weird thing. But you have to, like, if you want this job, which I don't know what happens to you, like, where you're like, I want to jack off animals for a living professionally, but you have to go to school for it. There is a course that you take to jack off animals. And just so everyone fucking knows, there are fake animal dicks in these goddamn classrooms.
Oh no.
And I don't even know how to feel about it. I don't even know. But that's the whole fucking joke. There you go, Brittany. I know you like the jacking off animal joke, which alarms me, but
Darby, I've told you about John C. Lilly and Margaret Lovat, right?
I don't think so.
The
I don't know what that is. Are those people?
The origin of Echo the Dolphin. Did I tell you about this?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, let me.
Oh, wait,
perfect opportunity to go grab my copy of Echo the Dolphin. Here we go. My favorite video game.
I like how you just did a. Speaking of jacking off animals.
Speaking of jacking off animals. It seems like we both came together, the stars aligned, and we both had jacking off animal stories to tell. So, basically, and Ed, who made this game, Ed Annunziata, he signed his business card for me. He made this game. It was his idea. There's conflicting information on the internet about whether this was the actual sequence of events, but it starts back in the mid-1900s when John C. Lilly is funded. He has an experiment funded by NASA to communicate with dolphins in case they have to, in the future, learn how to communicate with aliens. So they're like, we'll be able to use this experience to our advantage. So they flood this concrete house that was like on the shore. They flood it with 4 feet of water, and they lure some dolphins in, and they're doing all these tests and these experiments on them, trying to talk to them. And Margaret Lovat shows up and is like, I want to work with dolphins. And they're like, who are you? Go away. How'd you find out about this? Leave. And she says, no, I want to work with the dolphins. So John C. Lilly's like, all right, this is Peter the dolphin. Try and like teach him to talk or something, I guess. So she's like, great. Oh, I love working with dolphins. So article comes out in Playboy, an interview with Margaret Lovat. And it's like, yeah, I jerked off a dolphin, but it was for science. So they were like,
holy shit.
NASA was like,
I do know the story.
Yeah, I definitely told you the story.
But here's the thing.
What?
This is what I'm sorry. Before you finish, I'm gonna let you finish. But before you finish, my boyfriend Chris also told me this story, and I don't know why everyone is telling me about how people are jacking off dolphins. I don't know why like people feel the need to tell me this, but
I believe this is the greatest story ever told. So better than the Bible.
Too many people are telling me about this.
So what happens next in the sequence of events is NASA's like, less funding for you for jerking off a dolphin. So they condense their experiment to just Peter the dolphin in a Peter-sized capsule. So not very big, like here I've got this little model dolphin right here. So if this is Peter, Twitch chat, if this is Peter, like the tank was like this. There was like no room to move.
See what you're doing?
No, you can't. So then, Peter the dolphin is Peter the Dolphin is mad depressed because he's basically being tortured, and separation anxiety from Margaret probably, and takes a big breath of water and drowns himself in the lab. So NASA's like, you're fired. This sucks. You're just torturing animals. You're not a scientist. And he's like, ugh. And his friend's like, I heard you got fired. I heard that you're depressed because you ruined everything. So how about ketamine? So now John C. Lilly is high on ketamine. So he now believes he's talking to aliens because NASA aliens. He's like, I'm talking to aliens with this ketamine stuff. And he coined this term. It was like Earth Coincidence Communication Office to describe this kind of like system that the aliens were using to commune with us. And he he's like, hey, wife of mine, like, I'm an alien guy now. Like, that's my thing. And she's like, okay. And she, like, turns her back, and then she turns back around, and he's cutting his own dick off. So she's like, stop. We're going to the hospital. They sew his dick back on, and Ed Annunziato probably heard this story and said, we gotta make a video game about this. Well, Sega was like, no way.
Are we still talking about Dolphin?
Yes.
Are we still what do I...
Ed is like, I want to make this game about aliens and dolphins, and Sega's like, no way. And he's like, please, no, please, no, please. Okay, fine. And they make this game, and it is one of the best video games of all time. Very legendary, also very hard. Aesthetics, music, artwork, gameplay.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
Thanks, Sachi. Greatest story ever told. Yeah, jerking off dolphins and aliens and ketamine.
Yeah, you're scaring Steve. Steve is kind of upset right now.
Sorry, Steve.
You don't like jerking off animals.
Well, anyway, before Brittany wanted us to tell stories about masturbation and animals.
Steve put us on one of the greatest riffs that I think has ever happened.
Absolutely. You were starting to tell stories about the bar and the bartending and the sake brewery. You got any bartending stories? Like anything like crazy that happened to you?
Yeah, fucking of course. I don't even know.
By the way, this is a topic on the list.
Oh, it is.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
you told me to write
probably
bartending stories. You said put that on the list.
One of my main fucking things. Just to keep it real recent, Steven, don't go in the box. Get out of here. Hold on, I have to. Steven! Steve. Okay.
Steven's in the box.
Yeah, Steve is my lady cat, in case anyone was wondering. Okay. So, just the most recent story. This is the most recent one. This is from seriously less than a week ago. There was this giant group of men who came in, about 20 people, and they came in like separately because they knew that we legally are not letting in groups larger than 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just for everyone's reference as well, we are the largest outdoor bar in Asheville. It's about 360 people, I think, is our capacity, before COVID.
It's pretty substantial.
It's fucking huge. And so, whatever. These men come in, and they all start ordering, crazy shooters, whatever, blah, 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 blah. End of the night, they're still there. They've been there for hours, and, they've been, buttering me up, being very sweet, whatever. And they start this fucking weird bar brawl, with this other group of too many men, of too many white men in button-down t-shirts with weird patterns on them. It's
fighting each other.
Yeah. It is a bar brawl between two gangs of white men with weird Hawaiian shirts. So they keep trying to fight, and I'm like sitting there doing I'm like, hey, like everybody stop.
Oh, I thought you were doing the like West Side Story snap. I thought that was the noise you were making.
No, but I should have. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know why they weren't doing it. But anyway, so like I'm trying to get them to stop, whatever. Like I had to break them up a few times, and then finally the last time that they tried to fight, like they actually started like fighting a little bit. And so like I'm pulling everyone away, and it's just me, by the way. I don't know where the fuck everyone else was, but it was just little old Darby. Just so everyone knows, I'm 5'4". Like I am a tiny little girl. I have no business breaking up a bar brawl between bros. So finally get them to break up, and I have this one man, he's like, I swear to God, like, baby, you like calling me baby, and like grabbing me, and like just being like, baby, like you really helped me, babe, like weird shit, like I'm his girlfriend. And then he just hands me $200 in cash. Like, and it warmed my little heart so much. Like, and then I was finally like, all right, everyone get out. But
thanks for the cash.
Yeah. $200 fucking dollars with a weird white boy like bar brawl that lasted maybe 30 minutes. Like over the course of 30 minutes, them going back and forth. So I like that story.
That's exciting. And now you're rich.
Story. Yeah, I'm fucking hood rich. And I have the story of this girl that threw a fucking drink in my face one time.
Oh, why? Because you're too hot.
No. It was, my bar back was kicking out this dude who was definitely being rowdy and weird. Like, we were kicking him out. And these girls who initially like reported him are trying to like punch him over my bar back. Like I have the bar back trying to push him out, and they're behind my bar back and like fucking trying to punch this dude. And so I come in, I'm like, hey, listen guys, hey, like we're kicking him out. You don't have to hit this man. And please don't hit him, because then I'm going to have to kick you out. And so now these girls are yelling at me, right? Like fucking flipping out. And so I'm like, y'all need to calm down, because I can't have this. If you don't calm down, I'm going to have to kick you out too. And I don't want to do that. And so immediately this girl throws, by the way, a fucking vodka cranberry. If there's anyone in like listening to this right now, you know how fucking cunty this girl was with her fucking vodka, fucking Tito's and cranberry. So she throws it in my face, and then she tries to throw the glass at me, but she missed me, even though I'm literally like 5 centimeters away from her.
Sheesh.
Yeah, and then we kicked her out too. Well, long story short, that happened.
Yikes.
I was physically assaulted.
With a vodka cranberry.
Yeah, which is honestly the cuntiest way to assault someone.
I gotta say, I agree.
All right, we can end the bar. I could go on forever. Like, we gotta stop.
Oh man, I'm sure you could. Speaking about going on, you know what's not going on? Your plants, because they're dead.
I accidentally killed all of my plants within a few weeks of having them.
Yikes.
And this is the funny thing about it, is like they're succulents.
Oh.
So it's like very fucking hard to kill these plants.
How'd you kill them?
Somehow did it. I don't know.
Did you overwater them?
No, I don't think so. I I have no idea, Dolphin. I have no fucking idea.
Did somebody else kill them? Was it a setup?
I don't know. Someone might have put a hit out on my plants. I don't know.
Yeah, it must have been Vodka Cranberry Girl.
Steven?
If she threw the vodka cranberry hard enough, do you think it would have made it all the way to your house and polluted the plants?
I suppose so. But now
it was vodka cranberry.
Right after you mentioned that someone might have killed them, Steve just meowed. So now I think it's Steve.
Ooh.
She's meow. Oh my God, Steve, dude, did you do it? Do you hear?
I did.
Steve, are you fucking serious?
Did
you hear her?
Yes, I could hear. I could hear Steven. Yeah. It sounds like ow.
Steve, you're a horrible person. Oh my God, it was her.
Steve put the vodka cranberry in your plants.
Well, how are you doing?
Me, I'm doing great. Mental health wise, feeling pretty flowy, lucid. How about you?
Mental health wise?
Yeah. How's everything going on in that noggin? Meow.
Hold on, I gotta let Steve out of here. Hold on.
Okay. By the way, y'all can pop into the Virtua94 Twitch not Saturday at 7 p.m. Twitch.tv/Virtua94 for the Sonic Adventure 2 themed concert that we are doing, and I am playing. I will be playing this guitar. I got my guitar right here. Also playing on Saturday is Theorister, Shoji, Mr. Hideyoshi, Slowkey, Mark Mees, Paranormal.
Haiku?
Yes.
Sounds like a haiku.
Toadski, frickin' AD Vision. I think that's everybody. But yeah, Virtua94, twitch.tv/Virtua94 Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Woo! All right, back to talking about Darby's brain.
I'm mentally ill.
Sheesh. You wanna talk about it?
Yeah, we can talk about mental health issues. And speaking of mental health issues, something that I think would be interesting, that I think is a very unique little concept here. I've recently started talking to my biological father, who I've never known. I am 26 years old, just recently found him, and have been communicating with him. So, that's kind of interesting.
Right. There must be a lot of emotions attached to that whole process.
Yeah, a lot of emotions, and it's very confusing. For anybody who is listening to this, if you have ever been in this situation, it's fucking weird.
It is weird.
The way to describe it.
Chaotic.
Yeah, absolutely chaotic. Something that, Dolphin, I don't think I told you yet, because this just happened yesterday. I got a new note from his sister, and his sister sent me a bunch of these photos of him. And but it's all like photos of him like playing with this little girl who's her daughter.
Oh.
And like just like I feel like a weird thing to be sending someone.
It was you said this was his sister sent you these?
Yeah, this is his sister.
Of him playing with her niece or his niece.
Yeah. Yes. Like as a little girl. Like it's very strange
and
to
just
look at.
Randomly just sent you some multimedia of
Yes.
your biological father.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to her before, or was she just like, hey, I got your number from your biological father, like that kind of thing?
Yeah, it was that. So basically, she was like, I asked so this is the other thing that freaks me out, is she keeps referring to him as my dad.
Right.
She's like, oh, like your dad gave me your address and blah, 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 blah. And like, these are pictures of your dad. And it's like, dude, like I don't think we're at dad status right now.
Yeah.
I have not known this man for a very long time.
Would you describe it as like sperm donor?
Kind of, yeah.
I've heard people describe their biological parents like that.
Definitely the most accurate.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I've been doing that. It's weird. like I don't even know how else to describe that.
What sent you on your journey to reconnect with your biological father?
So I've been thinking about doing this for a very long time, like since I kind of came online as a person and realized that, oh, like this is a different situation that other people are used to. So that was around like 12 years old. Like, it's just something that's always been in the back of my head. And during the pandemic, this is such a dumb way to describe this, but I was so bored that I decided to find my biological father. Like I was like, I have nothing else better to do. I might as well do this now.
That's called tiered procrastination.
So yeah, that was really the push. Was like, I don't have anything else to do. So I'm gonna contact my long lost father. Fuck it.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, what anybody would do, as one does. That's what happens.
Yeah. So, it's a very weird situation. It's obviously still developing. More weird things are happening every single day. What's your prediction for the future, and what would be like the ideal scenario?
So I think at this point I am probably going to end up meeting him in person. And again, lack for a better word, like it's gonna be fucking weird.
Right.
And I honestly have no other expectations or predictions beyond that. That like this is such a weird and delicate scenario, and it's kind of unique. So like I don't know. I'm definitely gonna end up meeting him in person, but I don't know what's gonna happen after that. The only thing that I am absolutely certain about is that I will never call him dad, or like I'm never going to feel that connection with him. So
I see. Yeah, I have my own experiences with biological fathers, and like
follow-up thing.
that shit is messy, and man, like there's always this like image that you're aware of, especially in like, Western media, of like, the idyllic family. And it's like there's like a mom and dad, and like maybe you got siblings, and that they're there because they love each other, and that like you're supposed to take care and protect your family. And then you start to like grow up and experience more of life, and maybe you did have an idyllic family, and then maybe you like hear stories about other people's like family horror stories, and then you're like wow, family really means jack shit if the people aren't actively fostering
Participating.
fostering a healthy relationship, you know. It doesn't you know, it's like family and blood is all that, and then it's like you start to experience life and then you're like, it's not actually, it's just the happenstance of the world around us, that we are, you know, we are spawned from other human beings via coitus.
Technical way to put that. I like that.
Thanks.
I like that you used the word coitus. That was almost uncomfortable.
It is uncomfortable.
No, if you had just said, never mind.
In shout out to Pygmy in lobby text chat in Aquatic Squad Discord, says family are those who care about you, not just blood relation. Certainly I would include people in like my family circle who are not blood related to me. Certainly.
Yeah, I mean, so I was actually, I don't know if Brittany's still here, but I was talking to Brittany about this the other day, where it's like, when I talk about her to other people, like behind her fucking back, I call her my sister, like she's my sister. And like, I do the same with you. I call you my sister.
Aw, thanks.
No, no, I refer to you as like my brother and my sister. Like those are my people.
Aw.
And, you know.
Comrades.
You know. Family.
Family.
Confusing family.
Yeah. I like my grandparents though, and they're pretty tight, you know. They've got, obviously, like, you know, they're not perfect human beings, but like I like hanging out with them. Mama Dolphin, I know, at least has got my back. We don't get along that well just because we have different priorities in life and we like different things, but at least I know that we've got each other's back. You know, if there are like emergencies, like we take care of each other. So that's fine. And my biological father is out of the picture. Just don't ever talk to me ever again, ever.
We got
toxic. Yeah, big time.
Well, is
don't.
there anything else you want to say about your daddy issues?
My daddy issues?
Yeah, your daddy issues.
That,
You've been talking a lot about me.
That's true. That's true. Well, you're my special guest.
No, you're my special guest. Let's turn the tables, baby.
Okay, fine. Well, what do you got? Any questions for me? You don't have the list of topics.
No, but am I allowed to ask like serious questions?
Absolutely, you can ask me whatever the hell you want.
What does your relationship with your dad look like right now? Like what communication wise, emotionally, like what is that like?
Right. So yeah, I haven't talked to him in years, and I think I made it very clear that I did not want any contact with him the last time I was misfortunate enough to see him in person, and I was telling Darby this the other day, that I had a dream that he was like there, in my current house where he's never lived, and he's never been here. I don't think he's ever seen the place. I hope he's never seen the place. I wouldn't want him coming around. So he's just like here, and young Dolph memories, I see him in my head like doing yard work, and he was like doing yard work in my dream, and I was like, I feel like I should say something to him. And then the kind of logic brain kicked in, and I remembered this guy is so manipulative that anything I say to him is too much, because he's going to use it to try and manipulate me or people I care about. So, that's when I woke up from the dream, because it became like an unrealistic scenario. Because in my dream, like, he's just doing yard work and I'm just there, and like there's nothing weird is happening. But I'm like, no, if like he started doing yard work like in my current location, I'd be very upset, you know? So that's, when I was like, oh yeah, I shouldn't talk to him. That's when I woke up and I was like, oh, right, reality, cool. So that was, I think
so
that...
do you think that that's like a weird thing where it's like, in reality, it's also, I should not talk to him?
Well, that's just the reality. Like, I knew that going to sleep, but when you're in like that dream, and like sometimes like the logic doesn't kick in right away, because you're just like, your subconscious is just imagining scenarios and like train of thought style generating like a story. So yeah, that's it. I made a hard decision to not communicate with him like a long time ago, like years ago.
And then in your dream, you were like, "Oh snap! Why?"
just
like,
dream.
I thought we went over this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how I describe it. That's how I describe it. But yeah, I would say that you have to kind of be cognizant in life about how much you're giving of yourself to different people, your time, your energy, your resources, your money, because it might not be as mutual a relationship as you think it is. And Darby, I've talked to you about this. I like to approach relationships with all people with, this is how much charity I have to give, and then this is what I have to protect for myself. So like, in like a very realistic scenario, and a very something that everybody can kind of vibe with, is like, maybe you are fine lending your friend like a few $100s, and you intellectualize like, I might never get back this few $100s, but then like they ask for more, and then you're like, now you have to start thinking like, okay, now I gotta actually consider like how much charity do I have for this person. That's just like lending money. Money gets in the way of friendships all the time, but then it gets like really complicated when you talk about people with like especially like sociopaths, and people who are very manipulative, or that are looking to drain you of any charity that you might have in your system. And you have to be very firm in what you have to give and what you have to keep for yourself, so that you can go on living,
Yeah.
In terms of, again, time, money, resources, energy, love, affection, whatever. Oh, thanks, Saji. Saji said, pretty insightful talk. We should jump our dads.
I have a couple dads to jump. Not to brag or anything, but like, I have a couple dads.
Oh, Pygmy said something very interesting. Pygmy recommended that or that one should, in a similar situation, wash their hands to say, and leave the resentment behind. And I understand where that comes from, because
I have something to say about this too.
Well, you go on what Pygmy said.
Yeah.
Go.
The resentment behind.
You're my guest. What do you got to say?
So, I was joking about before, I have two dads, basically. Essentially, they're both assholes. I have my biological father, who like we were talking about earlier, haven't spoken to him in my whole entire life. I'm 26 years old. And then I also have a stepdad who really essentially raised me. And like, Dolphin, you know him, Ed. That was about a 16-year relationship that I had with him. And now he's completely absent. And like, I've been trying very hard to reconnect with him while I am trying to reconnect with my long lost father. And
Right.
that idea of letting things go, I understand it to an extent. Within myself, I have to let it go because I need to free myself and, you know, tell myself that I can take care of myself and I don't need these people. But in terms of forgiving them, I don't know if I can do that. Like I can let them back in, but like you need to earn that. Does that make any sense? Like you have a thing that you need to do now because you fucked up a lot of shit like for a long time. And I don't really feel like going into the whole Ed thing, Dolphin. You already know a lot of that story, but
Right.
you know, there's two different ideas of forgiving someone. There's forgiving them so you can let go yourself, and then there's forgiving them to let them back in. If that makes sense to anyone, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, that's certainly I empathize with that. Yeah, I just like the same thing that you said.
Yeah.
I think that to protect oneself, you do kind of have to. It's kind of like, would you live? Would you choose to live without pain? Like, if you could just get rid of the sensation of pain, would you? If you could just get rid of the sensation of fear and never experience fear again, would you? Those emotions are built into us, you know, through human evolution to protect us from things in our environment. You know, we're scared of spiders because there might be poisonous. We're scared of heights because we might fall. You know, when we touch something hot like a campfire, it's, you know, we feel pain so that we don't burn alive. And I feel like, depending on your situation, you know, everybody's situation's a little different. You might need to hold on to some resentment in that season in your life to protect yourself, especially when you talk about, you know, like Stockholm syndrome is literally like, you're like, oh, I'll forgive them, and like, you know, you get used to being a victim and captive in that relationship, you know. And
scared and unsure.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
I feel like those words are not used enough in terms of like survivors or victims, whatever. Like
yeah.
Being unsure and scared.
Right.
Specifically unsure.
Right.
Like, that is such a fucking, like, it's just scary. It's scary to feel that feeling of just not knowing, like, what the fuck is going to happen. So, like, in your case, in my case, in terms of our fathers, obviously, or, you know, sperm donors, it's like, for me right now, because I am in contact with him again, or for the first time ever, my biological father, it's that feeling of not knowing what is going to happen is the worst feeling.
Right.
Like, all of the pain of not knowing him, my 26 years of life, like, that pales in comparison. Like, it's not knowing.
Right.
Very scary. All right. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
I agree with you. Yeah, it's and I'm reading Pygmy's messages to us. I hear you, Pygmy. He wanted to clarify that the key action that he was suggesting was forgiveness, Pygmy saying, yeah, keep your distance. If you got to cut somebody out, keep your distance from them. Let them be, but forgive them. And
within yourself, right? That's what we were just kind of talking about.
I've definitely held that perspective at a time in my life when I was much younger, and when I was into the whole like Jesus cult thing. You know that Jesus cult thing? Yeah, that Jesus cult thing. So, I held the belief that you should forgive everybody, and when I started to experience some like real tragedy and pain and loss and suffering in life and around me, what I started to realize was you can move on from a toxic relationship without forgiving. If the situation is severe enough, then you might need to hold on to some of those emotions to protect yourself. Emotions are there to help us respond to the world around us. So, I think that while, forgiveness like sounds really nice, I think it's fully comprehensible and reasonable to move on to a new era in your life with a healthy and balanced perspective without actually forgiving somebody, especially if they abused or manipulated you or hurt you. Because some things are egregious enough that I don't think warrants forgiveness. And certainly the core elements of forgiveness in terms of like a relationship with an like an interpersonal relationship would be to when you forgive somebody, it's either to release yourself from certain emotions, or it's to allow the relationship to continue in a fresh in a kind of a fresh era, and
someone else from those emotions, that's I think what you're getting at right now is like some people don't really deserve that kind of forgiveness because they don't, to an extent, don't deserve to have that release. It's like,
based on what my father did in the whole history of my life was definitely something that I wouldn't want to offer him forgiveness to. I would say, I'm moving on. I'm never going to talk to this guy ever again. I'm cutting him out. But I hope that he lives with that shit, because I think he's a sociopath or something similar to it. And I don't think that the consequences of his actions ever really sank in. I think he sleeps at night giving himself lots and lots of excuses. That's all I got to say about that, really.
We just went balls deep.
Hell yeah.
Balls fucking deep.
Going back to what Pygmy said, Pygmy's in the chat. Some of us are actually Christians. Can we not go there? The whole Jesus cult thing was a bit uncalled for. Technically, and I certainly did not mean to offend anybody who's on their own personal spiritual journey.
To be fair, Dolphin was on a whole different situation.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare
not a regular Jesus thing.
I wouldn't compare my spiritual journey to everybody else in a blanket way. I'm talking about a very specific experience. That's the to be fair part is I'm talking about my very specific personal experience, not everybody's.
Can I just vouch for Dolphin right now? This man was a very different thing. Like, not regular Christianity at all whatsoever. Like,
it was
very different.
It was definitely culty in kind of like a pretty balanced sense of the word culty.
It really was very culty, Dolph.
I think Jesus is fine. He sounds like a righteous dude. I think everybody has criticisms of the religious institutions that surround us. Even people who participate very deeply in like a specific religious community. There's no institution in this life that's perfect. So anyway,
well, goddamn. This has been a this has been a
hot conversation. Hot conversation with a hot guest.
This is always just a wild fucking ride.
Saji said, "I came for laughs. Now I'm crying." We do. We can. You wanna do you wanna do the lightning round?
What the fuck is that?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 topics left.
Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, that we had a conversation.
Is anyone offended by me saying the word fuck? Like,
no. I have even one of Pygmy's suggestions for topics.
Oh God, I'm scared. I feel like, is it a he or she or they?
Pygmy? I think Pygmy's pronouns are he. You can correct us, Pygmy, if we're wrong.
I don't want to make anybody mad.
No, I mean, this is topics. You're my special guest. This is topics, and you helped pick 6 out of 7 of these remaining topics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 out of 6, not 6 out of 7.
Don't tell me who said what. Let me just All right, I'm ready.
All right. Lightning round. First topic. Louis C.K. post scandal. Well, what do you got?
Oh wait. I thought I was picking one.
Oh, you want me to just list them for you?
Yeah. Wait. Am I supposed to just start talking about that?
Wait. Okay. I'll just text you the list.
Yeah.
If that's the intention, I was just gonna go down the list in order. Paste. Send.
I could go off.
All right. Check
on all of them.
Check your phone. It's the unchecked ones. If it's got a purple check, we talked about it. Here, I'll share it with lobby text chat, so you guys can see what we're deciding.
I like how one of the things is just all of Darby's crazy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know, where to start with that.
Well, you gotta pick one.
All right. Okay. We can talk about alcoholism and the DUI stuff.
What you got? Tell me about that experience.
Or actually, you know what? Never mind.
Okay.
No.
I'm just checking it off because we brought it up and decided not to talk about it. Well, what about whack-ass media?
Can I talk about mental health issues? Did we already do that? We didn't.
We skimmed over it. You could bring it up again.
So, mental health issues. Just so everyone knows, I've been in and out of crisis at least 30 times.
By the way, Darby recommended that I actually place a healthy trigger warning here on the text chat and vocalize it as well. Let me just type out where's my favorite font? There we go. Favorite font. Trigger warning.
The most important issue right now.
Where's
that good font?
Mental health, depression, self-harm, suicide. Is that a healthy trigger warning?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
That's a really big trigger warning.
With something like funny.
Well, we've got like 7 more topics. We gotta blaze through them. 6 more topics.
All right, okay. Steven is literally brushing her face against my phone right now and is knocking it over. Okay. So I don't really know completely how to start this, but I was in and out of the hospital since I was like 12 years old, in crisis. I had a lot of self-harm issues. I did try to kill myself, which is actually something I wanted to talk about because I very specifically remember this with you, Dolphin. I was scared to tell you for so long, and then I remember finally telling you. I think we were sitting on my deck, like in New Jersey. Either we were sitting together or I was calling you on my deck. And I told you for the first time, like a year after I tried. And we had this very long, like, discussion and, like, silence. There was a lot of silence. I suffer with borderline personality disorder, OCD, very severe OCD, ADHD, just like everyone else, and I don't know. I mean, that's basically it. That's where I'm going to start that off with. And then also, obviously, I have a very severe alcoholic issue. I've been an alcoholic for about 3 years. So, I don't know. Ask me anything. I don't know. like that's it.
All right, chat. Send in all your questions for Darby. So how do you feel like at this point in your journey? Like, how does it feel compared to like all of the waves of mental health issues that you've dealt with in the past through all of that? How do you feel, with that hindsight?
It was a lot worse in the beginning. And like now that I've gotten older, like it's still not super great. I'm not super fucking stoked on it, but like it's gotten easier. And the other thing that I think is unique to my situation specifically is I chose to go unmedicated. And I don't suggest this to anybody. I just think that this worked for me, and I think I'm very lucky that it worked for me to an extent. Going unmedicated helped a lot. Like to kind of find myself and like recognize like the issues and the symptoms that I was having. Like it was a more clear-headed, like I could just see what was going on. Like it was much easier. I haven't tried to kill myself recently. It's been a few years since that's happened. That's been kind of cool. I also am not self-harming anymore. That's been about, I think, 3 years now. Solid 3 years. I find that comedy really helps me a lot. It helps me process what's going on in this kind of like lighthearted way.
Mm-hmm.
I find that I have a very hard time like taking in information when someone is saying it to me seriously.
Mm.
And so listening to comedy or doing comedy has been such an easier way for me to like process my emotions and like what I'm going through. And like as we were talking about earlier, I'm obviously going through some weird shit. Like talking to your biological father, like it's weird shit. And you know, it's so much easier for me to laugh as I am being like, all right, this is what's happening. This is what we're going to do, you know, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Alcoholism has been a very serious issue for me the past few years. It's always been a problem since I was very young, but like it's become a much larger issue in the past few years. And that is something that I recently started working on about a year ago.
Are there any like strategies or do you have like any plan in place to like kind of help you through that journey?
Yeah, so what I've been doing is I have a partner right now that I love him. He's great. He holds all of my whiskey. Whiskey is my alcohol of choice, in case anyone's wondering. He holds all of my whiskey and he gives me like this amount in like a mason jar. So like we're measuring it, like how much I have a day. And like it goes down slowly, like every week, every 2 weeks. And so that's kind of the plan I've put into place. I got a DUI recently, everyone. So like I can't drive and get my own alcohol. So like I'm kind of stuck here and he is the keeper of the whiskey. So there's that.
I'm glad you have that like a whole support structure in place and like a neat like visualization technique. That sounds both like very positive things.
Yeah, the visualization helps a lot for me. I'm a very visual learner. So
Saji says, great positive steps.
thanks.
Saji also says, I like the openness here. Thanks, Saji. Yo, Saji should be the special guest. On not tonight. Darby is the special guest. But
I'm the fucking head bitch right now.
Yeah, right now.
I'm the special fucking guest. Everyone back down.
Anyway, the hottest special guest that we've ever had.
You've only had one other special guest. This just started, right?
Sorry, Spirit. So yeah.
Let's start maybe bringing it. Let's bring it back around. Let's. Can we laugh now? Can we be like funny again?
Absolutely. Did you want to say anything about Louis C.K. post scandal? It's the first one on the list.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Or can you say something very vague about it so I can at least check it off?
Well, so Louis C.K. is hands down one of my, not one of them, like he is my favorite fucking comedian. I love him. I fucking love him. And a lot of my humor was kind of like modeled after him, and having this vague, like sort of crossing the line into like dabbling in like racism, sexism, but like doing it in this way where it's like making fun of people who do act in that way, you know, like I loved that. I loved that so fucking much. And so after this whole scandal, it's I don't know. Like, some of the things that he said, because he would also dabble in, trigger warning, he would dabble in, like, rape. But again, like, making fun of people who think that that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Which is such a genius way of still being able to make that joke, but punching up. So after that whole scandal came out, like, my fucking dreams were, like, shattered. Like,
Sheesh.
like, and also, like, I felt very bad for everyone involved, not him, but, like, all of the women who were involved. And it's like, I had this idea for so long that you could make fun of these very taboo things to talk about, but still be a good person. And that just fucked it all up for me. Like
Right.
It just, it's seriously, anyone who talks about this is a fucking asshole. Like, that was it. So that kind of, like, made me reconstruct my whole way that I go about comedy.
Mm. And in what way did that reconstruction happen? By the way, Saji is asking if you post any of your comedy content.
Wait, what?
So,
yeah, but he's asking if I post it.
If you post any comedy content.
Yeah, I have it on YouTube. My YouTube is, I think it's like Darby Katmandu TM on YouTube. I have a few videos. Those are my really old comedy videos. I haven't posted any of my recent stuff because I've been a little scared to do so. Can you post your social media links in the Aquatic Squad lobby when we wrap it up? Yeah, let me do the Instagram. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Don't worry about it right now. We'll wrap up topics and then you can do it later. I'll remind you.
Okay.
So, like, how did that reconstruction happen? Was it more of just a like a reapproach to kind of like the concept of like the comedy hero or the comedy like idol, or was it like a restructuring of like how you write comedy?
Well, so
from like a moral standpoint,
like it exactly like that. So with Louis C.K., like, if anyone knows him, which I'm sure you do, but like he has a few jokes that are very overtly like racist, B, sexist, or like, homophobic. And in my mind, I thought he wasn't any of those things, and he was ironically telling those jokes, which like brought light to like these issues. And like, now that all of these accusations have come out, I'm realizing like, oh no, like, he actually just thinks that way. And so for me, like, I was kind of opening myself up to like making fun of racism or sexism or homophobia or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, as we all know, I'm kind of gay, and also I'm clearly a woman. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was okay.
Right.
And now I kind of realize that no matter what, it's not okay. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter at all. Like, it's just all not okay. To, like, if you are a straight white man, to be making fun of, people of color or gay people or women, like, it's just like, fuck you. Like, you're doing a weird thing. You're punching down. So that's essentially what I grasped from this whole controversy, where it's like he was fucking jacking off in front of, like, he made so many jokes about rape, and it's like, this dude is fucking jacking off in front of women who were like, hey, I don't want you to jack off in front of me. Like, non-consensual completely. And
Right.
so that's fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
it's just weird to hear that.
Do you think like the jokes that he was telling were like symptomatic of his beliefs, or do you think that he was trying to do something positive?
Something in his head. No, he was trying to work out something in his head where, these are his experiences, right? Like, he has a few jokes about literally jacking off in front of women. And he makes these jokes in a couple of his movies. He makes this joke in some of his stand-up specials. So he's working out this issue in his head, which is how a lot of comedians work. That's how I work. Like, there's some things, like the cocaine joke for me. Like, I had an issue with cocaine. There's a reason I tell that joke. It's funny. It's not me being like, I had a coke problem, but just suggesting the idea is me working it out in my head and being able to process it. So the fact that he makes all these fucking jokes about jacking off in front of girls, or like rape jokes or whatever, like, it is, now that we know that this is out there, like, it's clear that he is trying to work out something that he fucking did. Like, and that is where sometimes we have to look at certain comedians and be like, why are you saying this thing, right? Like, sometimes it's just a joke, but sometimes it's like, okay, how are you involved with this issue? Like, you're telling a very specific joke right now.
Right.
What's his name? Dave Chappelle has this joke about like trans women, and he like had this whole weird thing where it's like he was caught having sex with a trans woman and he fucking flipped out. And it's like, obviously that joke relates to that situation and how he is uncomfortable with what he did, which is fucking weird. It's like, you should just be okay with that, right? Like, I don't know. Like, it's comedy is so, people are trying to work shit out that they don't understand within themselves.
Do you feel like that's across the board, or do you think that's just something to be cognizant of, especially when dealing with celebrity?
I don't know. I think it's across the board. I mean, like, I've seen local comics that I don't want to name names because they're my friends, but you can see people working things out through these jokes, and sometimes it comes out so like I don't even know how to describe it. Like, it's like, obviously you're going through something and you're saying fucked up shit to make yourself feel better about like however you're feeling or what you've done. Like,
Are you talking like specifically in regards to jokes that are punching down, or jokes that are quote unquote edgy?
Punching down. What I was talking about with Dave Chappelle before is like, he makes fun of trans people in like his newer special. I think it's called The Bird Revelation. He makes fun of trans people. Like, motherfucker, you fucked a trans person. Like, get the fuck over yourself. Like, what a weird way to work that out. You know, like, it was so offensive too. Like, the joke that he told was so fucking offensive. It was literally like, I support trans people, but I gotta be honest, I think it's funny. It's just funny. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, it's just a fucked up thing to say.
Right.
But yeah, I think people punch down when they want to remove themselves from a situation or thought that they don't feel comfortable with, and then people punch up when they know that they need to make fun of themselves, and themselves, not other people, like, and be like, this is who I am, and it's fucking weird, and like, these are the weird things I've gone through. That's when you punch up. I don't know. That's how I feel.
That makes sense.
Ranting. I could rant for fucking ever.
I do have to say, I'm not practiced in comedy. I've never pursued comedy, but like when you're hanging out with people, you're trying to be social, you're trying to make friends, and everybody's joking, and you start telling jokes, and you start trying to be funny. And I have been in a situation where I've caught myself either because of somebody's reaction to something I said, or just like choked on my own words, like as they were leaving my mouth, that like, oh, I'm punching down, and why did I do that? Why did I say that? And on a couple of these instances, I've kind of stopped and I went, there's like this really shitty ego thing going on there, and I don't think I should tell any jokes like that, because I don't think that's helping me at all. I don't think it's making people like me more. I don't think it's making me like friends here. I don't think it's getting many laughs. If it got any laughs, it's probably not worth it, So I think you made a good point there about when you're punching down in comedy, there's probably some deep-seated stuff there, and they're trying to sleep at night. Oh, thanks, Saji. Yeah. Saji said, "I think you're funny, Dolphin." Funny looking.
Dolphin being funny. Good one.
I'm not the hottest speaker on the show.
Can I seriously say something that I remember?
What?
That I hold this memory so dearly to me. I remember you and I think this was about 6 years ago, I want to say. It was right before I moved to Massachusetts. You and I were having a conversation about comedy. And you fucking straight up said, you were like, well, I'm funny. Like, I'm funny. I can be funny. And like I was talking to you about stand-up comedy and like how I wanted to do it. And you were like, well, anyone can do it. And like, I remember just fucking, I wanted to, Dolphin, I wanted to hit you. You were like, I'm funny, I can be funny and like do this thing. And I remember again, maybe about 2 years ago, you were telling me, you're like, I'm not funny. And it was just a nice full circle thing for me. And I was like, thank fucking God this motherfucker recognizes that. It's like, oh yeah, you're not funny, honey. Like,
I can't.
A lot of things.
I'm trying to remember a time when I told you that I was funny. That's like such a foreign thing to me.
This was a long time ago, Dolphin. I remember when anybody in my life pisses me off. I think that was the only time you have ever pissed me off. Was it you telling me?
Was it like before? Was it in or before 2013?
I think about that time. This is about 6 years ago.
That makes sense. I had a lot of ego issues between like, I don't know, 2011,
performing a lot. Like
2013.
Music a lot.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I was definitely working through some ego stuff back then. When did I ever believe that I was funny? I thought that I was pretty good on stage, like as a performer. I thought that I was a pretty good filmmaker when I was actually making films, but I thought I was funny at some point.
Yeah, you thought
I've never been funny.
And Listen, Dolphin, I let you have. I was like, okay, honey, that's okay. Like, I didn't even bother having that quarrel with you. I was just like, all right, we'll let him have this one.
All right.
Because someday he'll know he's wrong.
Well, if I did indeed say that, I was in fact wrong.
Good at everything else, so there's that. I'm good at the one thing that you're not good at. We can leave it at that.
I'm definitely good at everything else. I'm good at
absolutely.
I'm good at all the things. Oh man, that'd be like an interesting like sell your soul kind of narrative. Like, oh, I sold my soul so I could be good at everything, but they couldn't give me comedy.
It's really something you don't need. Like, it's fine.
It definitely, I gotta say, it definitely helps in social situations to be funny and make people laugh. If you can make people laugh, like, they want to be around you more. It's like a psychology thing.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Is that why that fucking artist wants to fuck me? Like, is that what it is?
Probably.
Is that my one thing that I have?
Maybe.
It's like, I'm kind of funny.
Does comedy make people want to fuck people? Maybe.
Google it. Hey, Siri?
Hey, babe, I'm a stand-up comedian. I think that saying that would have the opposite effect, though. I find funny people dominate conversations sometimes. That's what Saji said. Especially if they're super extroverted. Interesting. Darby, you still there?
What? Yeah.
Oh.
What?
You just got distracted. I thought you'd have like a reaction to that.
I was thinking about what was just said in the comments. I actually find myself to be a complete introvert. Like, I hate hanging out with people. I don't really have any friends. Like, I call, you, and I call Brittany, and I call my partner, and, like, I don't hang out with anybody for any fucking reason. But I do still dominate all of the conversations. I am absolutely the leader of whatever the fuck is going on.
You and me used to basically like have like battle conversations. I feel like both of us are a little bit more
arguments. What is it?
Like no, we were always just not arguments. Well, we've had arguments, but like we used to battle conversation, like, to especially me.
When I used to play like devil's advocate.
Oh yeah, you did do that a lot.
Piss you off.
Yeah, that was funny.
You would get super heated.
I would.
You would get super heated, and then I remember like at the end of the conversation, I'd be like, "Just so you know, I don't give a shit. Like, I actually don't believe in what I was just saying."
I remember you doing that to me on like multiple instances, and that was definitely around 2012, 2013, definitely. I was easily provoked, easily.
And I did not believe in anything that I was saying at all.
Yeah.
Like, I was just letting you be whatever the fuck that was.
Letting me be passionate.
That was funny. Yeah.
Sir Ducelot, can't imagine Dolphin provoked. You've seen me do those script readings. Yeah. I remember your acting reel, he says. You wanted me to do the scene from Berserk. There was a bunch of people on a aquatic squad. We were just chatting and hanging out, Darby, and somebody, I think it was Ian or Pygmy, said, "Dolphin, I can't imagine you mad." And I was like, I don't know, send me like a screenplay that I can read, like an angry scene. And I read, what did I read, Saji? I read, oh yeah, Pygmy, you requested a scene. Juice, I read, you know the movie Juice? With Tupac was in it, right? What? Where'd you go?
Hold on. Steve is losing her mind. Sorry. Yeah, and then that quote from Juice where it's like, yeah, I'm crazy. But I don't give a fuck. Hell yeah, I love that movie.
Did you see me read that scene?
Me?
Yeah, did you see the video I recorded?
No. Did you do that scene specifically?
Yeah, I did.
That's my favorite scene from Juice.
Wait, I gotta find it and send it to you now. I had fun with that one. I was like, it was such a foreign scene for me. I've never read anything like that, and I was just like, but if I were in this guy's shoes, like, how would I read this scene? And I tried to do like some method acting. I tried to get all like, I found it. There's that Berserk scene. Oh, Pygmy, you requested I read from Billy and Mandy, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. And Ian requested I read Tupac scene from Juice.
Hey, if anyone wants to see Dolphin genuinely mad, just like listen into a conversation that we have. Like, I think I am the only person who has ever genuinely angered this man. We have been friends for what, like almost 13 years now? Like, how old am I? 26?
That's fair to say.
So 12. 14 years. I think I'm the only person. I've done it quite a few times. I have angered this man often.
Yeah. Darby has seen me get mad for real.
And it's my fault, usually.
You're really good at it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I'm just an asshole.
No, I think you knew things about me that most people didn't know, and then you were using that shit to, I don't know. Why did you feel like you needed to provoke me? Obviously, you got the results that you wanted, but why did you feel the need to? I'm not mad. I thought it was funny.
Well, all right, okay. To be fair, all right. Whoa. To be fair, sometimes I wasn't provoking you. Like, sometimes it was just like shit that I did in my personal life. And you were
oh,
like,
yeah.
Doing that thing.
Oh yeah, I was very judgmental back then too.
Oh my god, yeah.
Super.
Yeah. You know,
like I said, ego issues, big ego issues. I had no patience for people.
But then after that, the whole like playing devil's advocate thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Just pure entertainment, to be honest with you. Like that.
I gotta say, as
being like, I could see, like, I just want to see something.
As mad as you would make me, I gotta say, it was still fun. I loved debating.
And I would, for some reason, like, you just got pissed off every single time, and I love that. Oh man. Yeah, no, there was absolutely no rhyme or reason behind that, other than like, oh, Dolphin's mad. That's funny.
That's true. Yeah,
it was always in good fun. It was never like crazy shit. But
I've kind of trained since those times, Angry Dolphin times. I have since trained like a reflex into my system that if I ever feel like, especially like angry, usually my gut instinct in the moment, especially if it's towards somebody, like if somebody makes me angry, I just like deep breath. And usually, by the time that deep breath is done, I have like just slightly more mental clarity than that first ping of rage that, you know, would hit anybody who's in a frustrating situation, you know?
Okay, well, that's good to know. I'll keep that noted for the next time I try to piss you off.
Definitely.
I'll make sure I make that
keep
that first deep breath. I'll be like, don't.
Keep that one in your pocket. It's not 2013 no more. Yeah.
I'll just be like, all right, okay, but I'm still gonna keep pissing you off right now.
Yeah.
Like, rapid fire.
Driving it in.
Yeah.
Speaking of rapid fire, we got 3 more topics I didn't check off. You want me to? One is just all of Darby's crazy shit. I was very interested to see where you were gonna take that one. But I think we covered a lot of crazy shit already. Bye, Saji. Do you got anything to say about all your crazy shit?
I don't know. Like, I mean, where do I fucking start?
I don't know. What's the craziest thing you've ever done that you can talk about on stream?
Oh man, I don't know if I can.
Cycling through all the options.
Yeah. I already have 5 things in mind right now, and they're all like, I don't know if I should be saying this. I no.
Fair enough.
I used to be. Oh my god, no! I can't say any of this shit. I literally can't say any of this shit.
Well, we talked about it. Check. The last 2 things are DMCA, which Pygmy recommended we talk about, and Whack-Ass Media.
Huh. What the fuck is DMCA?
The Digital Millennium Copyright Act. That's when. That's when, like, if like a company, and this is very vague, and I'm not a lawyer. If somebody submits to like a media company or some sort of provider that, like, my copyright's being infringed with this content here or with this media here, if they don't remove it, then now that company is liable for the things that, you know, were on their channels of media, you know. So, like, you know, Google will get DMCA things to take things off of their search results. YouTube will get DMCA claims to take videos off of YouTube. Anybody can submit a DMCA notice to any entity, really. But yeah, that's the gist of it.
I literally did not hear anything you just said because I was very, very hung up on the statement, I'm not a lawyer. And now I've just been thinking about how you're not a lawyer. And I'm like, damn, that must be sad.
Wow. Well, it's
sad for me.
it is the truth. And there's a lot behind the story of how I'm not a lawyer.
I want to hear this story.
Well, one time somebody said, "Hey, Dolphin, you really like arguing. Why don't you become a lawyer?" And then I resented that, so I didn't become a lawyer.
That was a really good story, dude.
Thanks.
Honestly, in the top 3
Thanks.
Of all stories I've ever heard.
Best clip of the night. Let me mark that one on my stream manager. Let me clip that.
Did you clip anything else? I said
some
real funny shit in the beginning.
I absolutely
Are you fucking serious?
Did not clip anything else. Oh, McTwiz is here. Fucking McTwiz came in right for our DMCA conversation. I love McTwiz. McTwiz is a future man. Comes from the future to save the present. And he's also a stellar DJ, and I love playing shows with McTwiz and skating with him.
Well, I don't know if I feel entirely comfortable with the fact that he's from the future.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Well, McTwiz has got, like, you know, there might be like some like timeline situations going on, like multiple timelines. So, like, you know, I think he's trying to save this present or his future or something like that. McTwiz, you can better describe what's going on with your future situation. But yeah, McTwiz is awesome. He's even got like a little emoji that looks like him. I love that. Anyway, McTwiz just said basically you can't play copyright stuff without permission is like the basic gist of DMCA. It makes companies, you know, liable for, you know, getting sued for whatever copyright.
Yeah, wait, so isn't the whole thing where it's like you can play a certain length of like a song or whatever, and then that's not copyright, but like after you go over that length, then it is under like copyright restrictions if it is a copyrighted song.
Well, that just goes into general copyright law, not specifically DMCA. But I think that's actually a myth. I think it's more like when that kind of came around, and don't quote me on this again. Not a lawyer, but
yeah. Where's the Future Man?
Yeah,
Future Man.
Future Man's not a lawyer. I think from what I hear, there's no law, or from what I understand, I don't even know if I heard it, there's no law on the books that says like, oh, you're allowed to use this much of a copyrighted master track before like you get in trouble legally, or you are open to legal troubles. I think that's just more of like an industry practice that like we can probably get away with using this much without, incurring the wrath of a record label's legal department. And then I also think it might have also come from that like news channels and different like media conglomerates probably have.
Dolphin, we could test out this theory right now. Why don't you play like a little clip of Dust in the Wind or some shit?
Sure. Why not?
Dust in the Wind or Sweet Child of Mine.
We're gonna go.
Only two out.
We're gonna go Sweet Child of Mine. Here we go. I'm playing it right now. Is it playing in? No, it's not playing.
I can sort of hear it. I can hear it.
You could hear it through my headphones.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough of that.
Yeah, do you hear us? Are you gonna fucking take down this video? The fucking, I don't know, aliens? Whoever the fuck is figuring this shit out? I don't know.
Alien lawyers from the future.
It sounds like a really good reality TV show.
This summer, Future Man McTwiz and his greatest challenge yet, alien lawyers from the future.
Why has that not been a sketch already?
Oh, we got the McTwiz lore. It's McTwiz is from this time, our time, but he got sucked through a wormhole and got stuck in the future, where McTwiz then learned how to produce electronic music. The same wormhole then opened back up and got brought back to our time. That's how McTwiz is going to save the world with future electronic music, and I respect that.
So he's also. What's with you? Not to say this, use this nomenclature. What's with you fucking people in electronic music where it's like y'all have this crazy backstory? Like, as a stand-up comedian, like, I feel like I'm just like, oh, I'm Darby, and that's it. Like, I'm not from the future. I'm not this aquatic dolphin, whatever. Like, I don't get a cool backstory.
You mean the prophet of the Temple of the Crystal Dolphin?
Like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, what?
That's just what I am. I'm Dolphin Uppercut Avenger, the prophet of the Temple of the Crystal Dolphin.
I'm sort of jealous. Like, I don't understand why I don't have a cool backstory.
Darby, you could be whatever you want. No one's stopping you.
I feel like I just kind of drink seltzer and like I'm Darby from fucking Asheville, North Carolina. I drink seltzer.
This summer, the origin story of Darby Katmandu. One day, she drank seltzer that seemed a little off. And then the aliens attacked from the future, and they were lawyers. This summer, Darby, seltzer woman extraordinaire.
Did
you at least record that one?
Oh, let me clip in.
That one was good. Yeah. I like how you're like, oh yeah, let me do that. Steve is mad.
Oh, Steve. Oh, Steve. I know McTwiz accepted the future alien lawyer challenge. He's in the chat.
Oh, God.
But
I think I already know that I'm mentally ill, but I think there's something else that's like wrong with me. Like I don't know what it is. But I part of it has to do with the fact that I talk to you. Like, and we're sitting here talking about future lawyers, and I'm future alien lawyers, and I'm like, haha, yeah.
future alien lawyers. That wasn't even on the list of topics for tonight.
Yeah, that's why I think there's an issue.
Right. Well, I mean, we
really need to stick to the script here, Dolphin. Jesus Christ.
I mean, the only thing that's left is whack-ass media.
Oh, yeah. I have a show.
little more oomph in that one.
I have a show called Whack Ass Media on fucking Twitch. We're going to be starting our show again. I don't know when. It's twitch.tv/wackassmedia.
Hell yeah.
We are going to be just talking about stuff. Saying shit. It's me and my sister Brittany. We just talk. It's kind of like this.
Hell yeah.
Like minus alien lawyers and whatnot, you know.
Anything could happen though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hopefully not this, but yeah.
You should bring Brittany on, and we could do topics, the three of us.
Fucking talk about what?
We make a new list of topics, and we take the submissions. Might be about alien lawyers, might be about jerking off animals.
We should talk about Steve.
Steve! Don't jerk off Steve.
Okay.
That's Darby's animal.
She doesn't have a dick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Steve is a lady.
Yeah, all the more reason.
Right now. I'm gonna have to go see.
Oh yeah, we've been at this for 2 hours. I'd say we probably have.
I did not believe that.
Many things to. I mean, we got through the whole list. That's it. That's the whole damn list. We even talked about Woody Allen.
Let's not revisit that. That was such a weird way to start the stream.
It was the first topic that you gave me. You said, I want to say something about Woody Allen. He's a creep.
God damn. Well, I feel like there should be some kind of outro song.
I got the perfect outro song. Let me just drop it in.
Is it Sweet Child of Mine?
Sure, I'll play it on my fucking headphones again on Spotify. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Nice and loud. Now I can't hear Darby because I just got Sweet Child of Mine pumping in my headphones. All right. So that's it. That's it for topics. I'm turning off Twitch now. Darby, you stay on. We'll just chat for a minute longer before I let you go. Do you have any final words?
Me?
Yeah, final words.
Hello?
Can you hear me? I can hear you. What are your final words? Yeah, I can't easily hear you over Axl Rose. Can you give the final word so I could stop listening to Sweet Child of Mine?
Say goodbye to Steve, everybody.
Goodbye. Bye, Darby. Bye, stream. Goodbye, stream. How do I end this? Stop.